Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday morning. Afternoon, I should say. I'm not sure you can hear all that background noise, but that's my fucking asshole neighbor. Excuse my language. Sorry about that, Mom. But he's been running that machine since, I don't know, like 8 o'clock in the morning, okay? So this is going to be kind of a long video.
Who gets up at 8 on Sunday?
Right? It's Sunday, for crying out loud. Give us a freaking break. I was tempted. I was like this close to jumping up this morning and screaming out my bedroom door.
Even the dogs were barking at him.
Yes, but I didn't because sometimes we have loud parties and he never complains. So I figured, you know what, he's just trying to clean his yard. I'm not gonna act like a lunatic, but it's already like what, 1-ish, and he's still going at it. And at this point, I'm losing my patience.
There's no clock in heaven.
So that's rant number 1 today. Oh, excuse my appearance, you know. Had too many adult beverages last night. Still wearing my clothes from yesterday. But, you know, like I said, we're keeping it real. So that's what's happening. I have a guest star today. One of my good friends, Jenny. A lot of you know her. Some of you don't. We grew up together in Dainupa. She's not ready. So she's not ready yet, so she'll scoot in when she's ready. But anyway, so today's second topic of ranting is parenting teenagers. I know a lot of you have some, and a lot of you had some. They're adults now. Oh shoot, my camera moved. And anyway, so Jenny's living in the Bay Area. She's a single mom. She has 2 teenage daughters, you know, and times get tough. And so when they do, she comes back home here. She comes over, we drink our face off, and we rant about it all night. And one thing that I wanted her to take away from this, and I always try to, oh shit, a bee. I always try to remind her, and I tell my kids this all the time too, is that, you know what? Anybody, like that old saying goes, anybody can make a child. Like any father can get someone pregnant and have a child, you know? Any guy. Same thing for mothers. Any girl can get pregnant and have a child and whatever, give birth to the child. But every single day we wake up and we make the conscious decision to be good parents, okay? There's no law that says you have to be a good parent. And this is what I tell my kids all the time when they start acting ungrateful. There's no law that says that you have to be a good parent, okay? The law states that you can't beat them and you can't starve them and you have to send them to school. And that's it. Don't beat them, don't starve them, and send them to school. So that's what... Somebody's trying to call me. Get the freak off of my phone. Okay. So
We're
anyway, yeah, we're working here. People stop calling me. So anyway, that's the law. Don't beat your kids. Don't starve them. Send them to school. Okay? So kids need to understand that every day we wake up and we make the conscious decision to go above and beyond that. You know? We make the decision to be good parents because there's a lot of people that are not good parents. They have kids and they don't care about them. They don't feed them. They don't clothe them. They don't care. All they care about is themselves, you know? And we make the decision to get up in the morning to make sure that we go to work so that way we can provide, so we can put food on the table, so we can put clothes on their back. You know, we get up and we drive them to school every day. And that's another luxury and another privilege that they need to understand that they get is a ride. Rides to school are privileges, okay?
A ride.
Serious. We don't owe them a ride to school. I don't owe you a ride to school. Getting a ride to school is a privilege.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. My neighbor's giving us some oranges.
That's very kind of you. Thank you. No problem. Thank you. Good neighbors are still around, people.
Yeah. Good thing I didn't yell at him this morning. He gave us oranges.
He heard you bitching.
Huh? Yes. Oh my gosh. Good thing I didn't act like a lunatic. Okay, so anyways, back to the topic of discussion. We don't owe them rides, okay? It's a privilege. We make that decision every morning to get up and give them a ride. When I was growing up, and I know this sounds old-fashioned, but we lived across town. Nobody got up and gave me a ride. I had to walk, like, I don't know how far it was, but it's pretty freaking far. Like, over a mile.
Over a mile?
Where my dad lives.
A country mile.
Well, like where my dad lives compared to where the junior high is, I had to walk to school every single day. Like, nobody gave me a ride. I only got a ride to school like the first day of school, and that was it. And rain, whatever, 100 and something degree weather, nobody picked me up. Nobody dropped me off.
Your boyfriend did.
Which one? Oh my God. But anyway, hey, stay focused. Back to the topic of discussion. The other morning, a few days ago, I take my daughter to school in the morning. A few days ago, she comes in my room. The garage door is like through my room to get to the car. She comes in my room. She walks out the garage. She goes and she sits in the car, and she doesn't say anything. And usually I lay there and I wait for her to say, okay, Mom, I'm ready or whatever. But she was just in one of her foul moods and she didn't say anything. She walked right outside, got in the car and sat there. So I laid there.
She acted like you?
Yeah. So I laid there, whatever, waiting. I didn't know what she was doing, if she was looking for something or whatever. So I just laid there. So she comes in like maybe 10 minutes later and she was so pissed. And she's like, Mom, you know the routine. I'm waiting for you. And I'm like, what? I didn't know what you were doing. I thought maybe you were looking for something, And she's like, no, I'm waiting for my ride. And I was like, oh no, you didn't. I said, you know what? Number one, you ask me nicely. You ask me nicely for a ride. I don't owe you a ride. You can't walk your ass to school. You hear me?
Who are you looking at? You're looking off to the sunset. Fucking
I'm reliving the moment. I'm reliving the moment. No, but it's the point. It is the point. It's the principle. You don't demand a ride out of me. And I said, and so I got, I get up. I'm like, get your ass in the car and shut your mouth and don't you talk to me like that. And so on the way over there, I was like bitching her out the whole way. And I'm just like, you know what? I don't owe you a freaking ride. I don't owe you a ride. I give you a ride because I want to. And from now on, every morning when you get up, you open that door and you ask me kindly. And if you don't ask, you don't get one. And then when I got to the school, she got off the car and she slams my door. And then I rolled her window down. And I'm like, don't slam my effing door! And you know what? You walk your ass home.
Who are you looking at?
My imaginary window where she was. And so that was that. And so anyways, moral of the story is I just wanted to remind Jenny that, you know what, you're doing your best. And every day you make the conscious decision to get up and be the best mom that you can be. And that's a privilege that they get because not all moms make that decision to be the best mom that they can be. And not all moms give their kids rides to school.
But you know what? We have good kids.
We do. And you know why they're good? Because they have rock star moms like us. Mm-hmm. And that's why. And we got to teach them to not be greedy, selfish little bastards. Mm-hmm. That's our job. They can't take that ride for granted in the morning. They can't.
Like that one time Ruby and Angel were all. Every Thursday that's when I might had my fill. I don't want to drive you across town anymore to take you to school. They're like, well, we didn't ask to be born. Hold on. I didn't say I wish you weren't here or I wish you weren't alive. I just said I wish you could drive. Right? That's reasonable.
Yes. And you know what? We talked about this earlier. And you know what? I didn't ask to be born either. I didn't ask to be born. You didn't ask to be born. They didn't ask to be born. Just for whatever reason, the universe decided that it needed us. And it sent us down to earth. And life's not fair. And people don't always do the right thing. But you know what? We're doing our best. We are doing our best. We get up. We freaking go to work. We work 40 hours a week. We spend every penny we have trying to provide a better life for them. And they need to recognize that. And I refuse to let my child be greedy or ungrateful or verbally or emotionally abuse me. And every time she even starts to do that, I just freaking hammer sword her. Mm-hmm. in the throat.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, no, child, you're not going to be an ungrateful individual. You're not.
Right, because the world's already unkind
Mm-hmm.
outside of this house. So inside this house, you need to be nice, right?
Exactly. Be kind.
Yeah, because what if I'm not here tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to take you to school?
Right? You're going to have to ask somebody kindly for a ride, or you're going to have to walk across town or wherever the hell it is. Anyway, that was my rant for today.
Mm-hmm. Let's talk about your eggs. Because she's rude, a rude cook.
If you want to talk about my eggs, you have to put your costume on it and get in the video.
All right. Hold on.
Here she comes, people. She wants to be in disguise because she had too many adult beverages last night. So
You can never have too many adult beverages. However,
Welcome.
Monique?
Welcome, Genevieve. Welcome to Mo's Vlogs.
thank
Proceed.
you. She knows whenever I come over, I always cook. Right?
Yeah.
So get away from the stove when I'm here. She tried to make, what is it called?
Chilaquiles.
Yeah. And she was doing okay, but she started crowding the pan with too many tortillas. And that's not how you do that because they get soggy because they don't have enough space to get crispy. And so I moved in politely. And then she started trying to block me. And so then I just had to keep on being persistent about it, right? Fried
Correct.
the tortillas. And then she finally moved away. And then I started scrambling the eggs. And I removed the tortillas before I put the eggs in because that's how you preserve the crispiness and make sure the eggs get seasoned enough. And then when I put them together, she was saying, no, 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 no. That's not what you do. And I said, well, you have to do it this way because you have to make sure there's enough space and enough cooking area to cook. And then, anyways, I tried to have hot sauce because we're Mexican and you're supposed to put hot sauce in everything. And I'm not a Bears fan. But anyways, they came out extra good. And then right before I was going to serve, she said, hold on, go get some cheese. I'm all fucking... You get the cheese.
I apologize, but I don't feel like asking for cheese is unreasonable.
I wanted to add pepper and a hot sauce and you didn't let me, but you demanded the cheese. Right?
Yes, but Sheila doesn't like hot sauce.
Well, Sheila wasn't cooking. Right?
Correct. True.
Okay.
Okay.
So Sheila, note to self, you cannot demand certain seasonings.
Agreed. Yeah.
Right? Unless you're cooking.
Unless you're cooking.
Right. For the whole family too. Not
Yeah.
just for yourself.
Yeah.
That's
Agreed.
ungrateful daughter.
Right?
Selfish Sheila. Selfish.
Okay.
Okay, I'm done.
Agreed. Okay, so that was Jenny. She's my special guest star today. We had a great time last night. We drank a ton of alcohol, and then she tried to make us play convalescent music.
I was
And-
successful. Everybody needs to hear Don Williams. Don Williams is good for you. That's what they're going to play when I die. Remember that? You don't even remember that, huh?
Yeah, I do, but I'm not agreeing to it.
Why?
Because I like Hank Williams better.
No. Yes, I like Hank Williams, but it's unfair. Don Williams didn't get the notoriety that Don Williams did. And if you know country music, you know some people have handles, right? Don Williams is called the Gentle Giant. So if you look up the Gentle Giant, you'll find Don Williams. If you look up Don Williams, you'll find the Gentle Giant. So everybody learn that lesson today.
I guess I still like Hank better. So play Hank at my funeral because I don't know Don and he's not invited.
I'm not going to your funeral. I'm going to be in it with you. We're going to die together.
All right. Agreed. Okay. Rant over. Do you have anything else you'd like to share with us, Genevieve, while we are blessed with your presence today? Any closing comments?
I'm grateful for you.
Aw, I'm grateful for you. Yes, so remember, If your kids act up and they're acting ungrateful when you're giving them a ride to school,
Get them in the throat.
yeah, just reach over and hammer sword them as hard as you can, and then pull over and kick their asses off on the side of the road. Don't let your kids abuse you, okay? They need to be grateful and be kind. Agreed?
Yeah, definitely.
Alrighty. See you guys later. Enjoy your Sunday.